My daddy likes robots.
Hello everyone, this is Cybertronian Beast, and let's talk Transformers. Today we're taking a look at something that I have been procrastinating against for a long time. I bought this figure back in September of 2012, and it has been sitting here waiting for me to review it, watching other people review it over and over again, looking at it, thinking about it, and to be perfectly honest, there's only one reason why I haven't done this figure yet. It's so big. I'm not a fan of reviewing the big figures because it's so hard to keep them in camera focus all the time. But I'm doing it now. This is Masterpiece Thundercracker, and he is awesome. So we're going to take a look at him now. Let's take a look at the box. This is standard Masterpiece packaging. The side of the box. 2 different heads. I haven't seen that yet. Hidden missile pods. Yeah, that's standard. Opening canopy. Yeah, we know that. Adjustable thrust vector. Okay, sure. Swing open nose cone. Yeah, that's a standard. Includes display stand. That's nice. They've done that. Let's take a look at Thundercracker's tech specs. Strength 7. I agree. Intelligence 7. I agree. Speed 9. Yeah, he's pretty fast. Endurance 7. I agree. Rank 5. Yeah, I agree. Maybe a 6, but no, 5's pretty good. Courage 5. Yeah, I agree. Fire Blast 8. Might be a little high, but I agree. Skill 7. I always thought this is vague. Skill in what? But 7. I agree. This is pretty accurate. From what I know of Thundercracker, and I mean, I don't know a Thundercracker personally, but I think from everything I've seen of Thundercracker, this is pretty good. The back. Really good picture of Thundercracker. It's obviously an artistic rendition. Amazing detail. Highly articulated and posable. Robot mode. And on the back, or on the other side, another of the same pictures, just a little bit bigger. Enough of the box. Looking at the box is stupid. Let's open this thing and take a look at the actual figure. Okay, so here is Thundercracker, Masterpiece Thundercracker, out of the box, and looking awesome. These are not your kids' toys. These are adult collectibles. There is moving parts everywhere on these Masterpiece toys, and rightfully so. These are expensive things. I think up here in Canada, this Masterpiece Thundercracker retailed for $75, and yeah, he's worth it. I mean, he's a fantastic figure. This is the MP-11 mold, which first came out as Starscream. And is coming out this fall as Acid Storm. So we're going to see this mold identically again, just in green. So get ready to go out and buy another Seeker. Getting up and close and personal with Thundercracker, we'll take a look at his head. And his head is actually... see if we can actually do that here. So he's a little tall for my camera. See if I can zoom in here. The head sculpt on Thundercracker is immaculate. It's very, very nice and very Seeker-esque. It's even got these little side panels here that you have to push in actually to finish the transformation. So it's actually a little too big for the figure. So they had to do an alteration on the head just so you could transform it. And obviously on a full ball joint here, so you could get every kind of movement you want to do. As far as there being two faces, I don't know that there is. You may actually have to take his head completely off, which I don't know that I want to do. But yeah, I know that with Skywarp, there is two faces, and you can do it fairly easily without removing his entire head. As far as the rest of the body goes, he is, like I said, very articulated everywhere. His arms move up and down, back and forth. Nice ratcheted there. He does have the hidden missile paws in his boobs, so there you go. Bicep swivel, elbow swivel, wrist swivel, finger joints. Everyone loves finger joints. As far as the waist goes, oh, the missiles are falling off. I store the missiles on the back. There they go. He does have a bit of a waist swivel here, not much. Upper thigh swivel, knee, ratchet, and his feet do move back and forth a bit. Like I said, he's got articulation coming out the wazoo. If you want him in a pose, you're going to get him in a pose. And as far as the Seekers go, the Masterpiece Seekers anyway, the MP-11 mold, as far as I know, is the only mold that has actually been able to stand on its own. The Masterpiece Skywarp mold, which I have, doesn't stand. You need to use the stand that it comes with. Now here it is. Here's the stand that Thundercracker comes with. And it's a really nice stand. It really works very well when it's in when he's in jet mode. So you can actually switch this thing around and plug it in like that. And you can actually have the jet in like a takeoff mode. And it looks really well. It does bug me that Thundercracker is 2 words on this thing, whereas his name is Thundercracker. It's 1 word. Like, come on. What's the deal? But if you want it to use the stand with him in robot mode, you leave it standing up like that. And he does have a little bit of a peg right there on his butt, right in there, and you plug it right in on his butt. And it's kind of hard to get to sometimes, but you just jam it in there. So there. Well, no, yeah, it is a bit tough. Actually, I think I've got the stand backwards. So, yeah, there we go. So we can kind of sit on there. So we'll back and try it again. There we go. That works a lot better. So now he's on the stand, and you can get him in all kinds of weird poses, like his leg up and out, and it's like a Superman kind of pose. We know he's not Superman, but like that. So yeah, the stand comes in handy if you're trying to do something like that. But like I said, he will stand on his own, which is really quite nice when you're talking about these big honking figures that weigh a ton. The wings are highly articulated as well. They even have flaps. So yeah, let's get into the transformation because it's very delicate. There's a lot of moving parts. The one thing I will point out about the robot mode that they did change from the previous MP-11 mold and the Skywarp mold is that the guns, his blasters, don't actually come off of his body. Now, you can, of course, it is a ball joint, you can always just rip it out, which you can do like that. And you can take that off, and now you're just left with this. But now you have to figure out a way to, you know, attach it to his body, which it's not really the easiest thing to do all the time. So, yeah, I'm not overly fond of that. Yeah, so they decided to do that, with this incarnation of the Seeker mold. Come on. There we go. Alright, so getting down to transformation here. What we're going to do first is we are going to move the camera so I can do this all in one spot. We are going to separate the chest a bit. I like to pull it all apart there, get a little bit of movement going here. I do like to pull the head out and get everything kind of moving. There's a section on the back. Try and follow as best you can here, just because it's going to be a lot of things to do at once. Very similar to the original G1 figure, the nose cone slides right through, and it's very awesome like that. So let's get it through there. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we bring it all the way through, and we just have to make room for this. Let's see here. We just now have to make room for this bar, so we have to open this up, the canopy, and slide down the seat. So then we can drop down the canopy again and just make that. And now we've got room to bring up the entire rest of the nose cone. And there he is. So there's the nose cone. Now we've got the head issue. So we're trying to do the head, and the head won't go through the hole there. That's why they put the ears that move. So we push the ears in, and we slide the head through. Just like so. And there he goes. And now that's fine. Perfect. Alright, now on to the arms. What we're going to do with the arms is we are going to bring this centerpiece, we can actually bring the chest bits right up like so. So we just move them all the way up like that. And we want this piece here, we want to bring them both right together. Right in the middle. And we do want them, I think we want them up in the top here. So it takes a little bit of maneuvering, but it is possible. Whoops. So we'll do some maneuvering here. There we go. There's one. And two. Perfect. And they do peg together nice and solidly. And it does kind of cover the face of Thundercracker. So now we've got all of that there. We're going to bring the arms in. And we're just going to kind of make a fist here. And we're going to bring his thumb down and make a nice square with the fist. Like so. See how the thumb is now down in here? Okay, so we're going to bring that all in. Now remember the arms, the blasters, they end up on the outside, so you remember you got to keep them like that. Okay, so we're bringing that down. We're twisting. And we're just putting the hand, we're turning it a bit. And we're pushing that in there. And we're just kind of making sure that the hip fits into with the hand. So that we've got it like that. If you can see it right there. No, you can't, because I moved the camera again. Okay, so there is the arm. We've got the blaster on the outside. We've got the hip, this thing here. we've got it plugged into the forearm, and we've got the hand into, you know, a 90-degree underneath the centerpiece. So we're going to do it again on this side here. I'm going to bring the thumb down like so. Bring it 50 degrees in. Now down. You gotta make sure that this chest piece doesn't come in. So we're gonna bring that down like so. Twist and just kind of maneuver it in there. And yeah, so that's in there. That's in there. Good, good, good. Make sure that those blasters just kind of stay out of the way for now. Alright, now we'll turn it over and we get to work on the wings now. So we're going to pull the wings out like that. We're going to flip them over. And if you can see the peg right here, it's a bit of a tab, it's going to go right into here. So just like so. Same on the other side. Nice and easy. And there is a little bit of a flick here. You flick that down. This kind of makes everything nice and even. And you just bring the rest of the wing in. And there's a bunch of tabs that go in with the wings. Oops. So there's a tab. I don't know whether you can see it. Hopefully you can. The tab on the bottom of the wing. It goes in the top of the arm. And then there's a tab in the body. So that wing now is done. So we're going to do this one now. So there goes that tab. Perfect. And perfect. So there we are. Now all that's left, well, we got to straighten out the legs, and I'm going to fix those. So we're going to put the feet back together. So we have to lift up the pods where the backs of the feet go, and that's right here. So we're going to just drop that in there, shut them again. And that's something new from the Skywarp mold. Skywarp didn't have that, hence a really good reason why he wouldn't stand on his own. Alright, and we can now pull back these tail fins, peg the legs together. They peg together real nice. And now, as gently as possible, bring everything together. Check the other side, make sure everything looks good. And with the feet, you twist them around and bring them up like that. Perfect. And lastly, well, two things. You adjust the fins, you pull them out and make the wings a little bit bigger. And the tail fins, you drop them down. And you have yourself a Thundercracker in his F-15 mode. And he is fantastic. I can't stress it enough how awesome he looks. Now obviously his weapons are garbage in this position, so you can turn them around like I said, like that, which still looks terrible. Or what you can do is, no, it's garbage. It is a terrible, terrible thing that they did that. What you're really supposed to do is you're supposed to leave them like that, and you're supposed to simply add these missiles to this. Which is, I mean, the missiles look great, don't get me wrong. But the blasters, they really do get in the way. So usually what I do when I have them in this mode is I pull the blasters right off, because they just look terrible. Just make sure everything's pegged together, because there's so many things that can come unpegged in this mode. Make sure it's all nice and tight. So I'm going to put him on. I'm going to show you before I do that. He does have landing gear. There are 2 pieces. 1, 2 on the backs of on the bottoms of his kneecaps, really. So there's that. And then he has one right at on the bottom of his nose cone. And that is here. And how do I get you out? There we go. Perfect. So yeah, and he can sit on that landing gear just fine. And he looks fantastic. Now, as far as other things that come with Thundercracker, he comes with a very tiny little silver dude. Now, a lot of people say when they look closely at him, he looks like a pilot. I think he looks like a pilot. The one that came with MP-11, so Starscream, was Dr. Archival. You could tell he was. So you can throw the pilot in there. He fits very well. He also comes with this. A lot of people don't know what this is. This is a little clip, and it goes on the underside like that, and it is to hold Megatron. Now, where do you get this Megatron, you may ask? I'm going to put that in. This Megatron is from, let's see if I can get this guy on properly. This Megatron is from the MP-01 mold. So the original Optimus Prime Masterpiece mold came with, there it is, came with a gun Megatron, and the reason why, and I was corrected on this from my original review on MP-01, is because for one episode of Transformers, Megatron transformed into a gun, and Optimus Prime held him. And in one episode, I believe it was Starscream or Thundercracker, held Megatron just underneath their nose cone, like that. And that is why you're able to do that with the Megatron. And I love that attention to detail. Let's throw him on the stand here. Here's the stand. So once he's on the stand, I usually do like to put the null rays on the stand with him. And they do have pegs, so you can throw them on the peg on here, down at the bottom. So you can have everything all in one spot. As far as the gimmicks with Thundercracker, the nose cone opens up to display some kind of radar thing. I don't really know. I believe it's a radar thing. So that opens up. You do have some air brakes in that, and back here, obviously, we open them up to just deploy the feet. So there's that. So there's the air brakes deployed. You will notice that he does have some really cool decals on him. So he says Captain J. Dragoon Sass. I don't know who that is. And he has Sonic Boom on the back here with a picture of a Seeker, could be him, holding what looks like Soundwave. And then he's got a picture of Reflector pictured on his shoulder. It's cool. I think it's neat that they went to that detail to put that kind of stuff on them. Yeah, I really like this figure. I believe he's become a lot harder to find since he came out in mass retail last year. But if you can still find him, I highly suggest it. He's gorgeous. And yeah. But if you can't find Thundercracker, look forward to Acid Storm, who's coming out this fall. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the thread here. I do enjoy answering any questions that you have, good or bad. If you want to follow me on Twitter, please do so. Just follow @CybertronBeast. I do try and tweet off as many pictures as I possibly can, and that means usually tweeting pictures of figures that I'm doing reviews on before the review comes out, so you'll know before anyone else what I'm reviewing. You can also follow me on Facebook, and that's got all my reviews there. You can see what I'm up to. You can look at all the pictures of my collection. Every figure that I own is on there, and that includes figures, lots of figures that I haven't reviewed yet. But the most important thing is to subscribe to this channel, because subscribing gets you those videos before anyone else, and they come to you wherever you are. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Cybertronian Beast, and I will talk to you later.